Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, finally Friday, August 1st, 2025, a brand new month. And this is my daily vlog. Each morning I come in and talk about what I've been doing next and how it's going in my endeavors to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. And so this is the yesterday, I guess, late yesterday evening, in fact, marks the end of my quality assurance testing project for a customer. So it's I'm tired, it's funny, just, weekends have become one of the, it's not that I do anything particularly resting on the weekends. It's just to not have tasks on the weekends and to have, the work I was doing the weekend was not digging ditches. It was that, you're mentally focused constantly. So this project picked up last Friday afternoon, and I worked straight through the weekend, all the way through yesterday, Thursday. Finally yesterday, after 5-6 days of testing, we got some updated firmware. So I spent a lot of time yesterday validating defects, verifying fixes, noting when things weren't fixed, things like that. So in the end, this rush of a test ended up being just it was only one solid cycle that resulted in tons and tons and tons of tickets opened that are not fixed yet, but can be fixed in the future. So it was successful in finding, I think, the vast majority of defects that need to be corrected. And so now my customer has some of them fixed, well on their way to get most of them fixed, to hopefully a successful launch of this product, which was our overall goal. So it was a lot of work. It was hopefully it was rewarding for me to be able to contribute to making this product better, and I hope it was rewarding to our partner, the efforts that I put in. So, but it's behind us now, and as we're gonna look at the stats in a minute, man, it's we had that huge blow up last week, starting Monday and even Tuesday, I guess, with what was it? Oh, those new cartridges with Tiger Helly and everything. And then right after it this week to drop off the face of the earth, and all we have is shorts and news segments, not, the feature long forms that I'm doing. So, Rick will tell you, man, if you take your foot off the gas, the bus slows down, and that's what's been happening. So next week is going to begin my getting back up to speed to get everything back cooking so we can start making the same velocity we were making. Fortunately, it's not like things are in the gutter, it's just things have dipped substantially because we had a good solid base. To that end, let's take a look at the stats. I'll bring up my little chart. I'd like to be ideally at or above this midpoint, which represents 13,000 views and 150 subscribers average over the last 7 days. Why can't I remember that? And you can see the chart in the upper left. It's been steady but a little decline, over the last week, and Pac-Man Mountain is well in the rearview mirror. And so now we're above our targets, but below where we had been recently. 14.1 thousand views, 173 subscribers. Yesterday was a pretty weak subscriber day to really bring down those averages too, and that has resulted in. Yesterday we just hit 115,000, and this morning we're only about 150 up that, like a 115, 150, I guess, is if math works the way you expect. Which is, again, nothing wrong with that. We just hit 115, right? After May, was that March, May, June, July? About 2 months after hitting 100, we'll hit 115. So no complaints. Just want to get that velocity back and continue the progress that we're making. So, now that I'm exhausted, what about today? Well, I have some stuff I need to do, and I have stuff I want to do. I will be stacking my production schedule for next week and the things I posted yesterday about there's no Friday plays, and therefore I invited members to suggest, and I'll pick one of the Friday plays suggestions from members on that post. Let's see. I will record podcast this afternoon, so I need to do a little podcast writing. So George and Mo have done a lot of the work in prepping for the shows since I was tied up, but I do have to write like teases and pick emails and stuff, so I'll get that done. Then you'll remember, if I can, I want to get to those studio lights that I picked up that are still sitting in a box over here that I need to get installed and replace the one that has a weird power supply. I do have a possible long form that I could get done in about 2 hours today if I can find the 2 hours of time and get cleaned up in here after all the testing. to get something out today. That's a possibility, but it's a little bit of a stretch. I'm hoping I can get to it. I'd like to. I really would like to. And then finally, this afternoon, as I mentioned, George Moe and I will get together and record the next 2 episodes of the podcast. And next week, of course, we'll be right back to editing on Twitch and right back to our regularly scheduled programs, as we have not been able to do this week, but well worth the diversion. I just hate the impact that it took, and that's one of the reasons. I was talking to them. We had a little discussion back and forth about the cost of my engagement last week, because I said it's not only is it the loss of revenue I would make from things that I did, but also the loss of velocity that I'm going to lose and I have to regain. It's not just like you take out a block and put it back in. Well, you take out a block and it changes the balance of the tower. So we took out last week as a block in this tower. And it's not just a matter of shoving it back in. That week has passed. You don't have to build on top of that gap. You know what I mean? That's not the perfect analogy, but it sounded better in my head. You know what I mean, I think. So, that's next week. I can't wait for the weekend. I'm ready to do a couple of days of nothing. I really am. So, but first, I get through today. And you've been a huge help already all week, and then this morning even, because this morning I'm like, man, I'm tired. I got to get up, get after the vlog, though. This engagement, us here, is a huge motivator for me to just get off my butt in the morning and get started. So this continues to be very rewarding here. So glad you're here. Then we'll be back to more normalcy next week. So, all right. Let me go see what I can accomplish. I want to thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. But if you're here every day, you hung in there with me. We'll get back to normal stuff next week. I really appreciate you. I love you so much for being here, loyal plebes. Have a great Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all week long. Don't forget to do something good for yourself all 3 days. And I will talk to you again, not next day, next week. Bye-bye.